Hello, I'm Rachel. I'm the face behind the nails and the cards here. I am a professional psychic medium for the past 13 years, actively engaging with thousands of clients internationally, nationally, locally. And I've just been so blessed to be able to do this work as a psychic, and in my blood, I'm very connected to tarot cards, being that I have GYPSY in my genetics, and it really shows when I'm holding the cards. I feel super grounded. I just love them so much. But the way in which they actually speak to me, because every single reader is different with how they connect with their cards, and every psychic is also unique in how they connect with spirit. So when I'm reading cards, I actually do tune into the energy of the cards and the whole entire vibe of the reading from my psychic perspective, but I also love working with the multifaceted dynamics and symbology and symbolism of the cards themselves, because they're so potent in so many layers to the esotericism of them, and all of the information that they can actually hold and translate are so informative and helpful for so many people when they're being read for the purpose of productivity and support, right? So how I particularly read the cards is the cards actually fall in a way in front of me that are speaking of layered dynamics, like if they're sideways, if they're upside down, what cards they connect with when they are shooting out of the deck, if they land on another one, or if they're facing up or down. Like, all of that stuff speaks to me, and I've learned how to translate that and understand that to the dynamic of the question at hand. So I'm very layered in how I relate to my cards like that. Very literal. Sorry, you hear the construction guys out front. I came to my stairway that the house I'm at right now, I came to the stairway so that I could try to avoid the construction noise out front, but I hear that they're still it's still coming through. But anyway, so the cards are very literal in how they speak to me, and also very intuitive and symbolic with how they fall. And then I read, some people would say that signifiers like court cards that are like the kings and the queens, for example, yes, they're right. A lot of readers probably read that as just energetics. And sometimes when it feels right to read them that way, I get a hit that I'm not looking at necessarily a person in this respect, but actually with this situation, we're talking about an energy dynamic, a masculine or feminine expression of somebody and how they're operating. And sometimes that's true, but oftentimes how the cards literally speak to me is that they will actually present themselves in signifiers and court cards, because it wants me to understand that the person I'm speaking about, the actual energies and oftentimes embodied masculine or feminine, is how they translate with stories to me. So my cards get super detailed and specific, just like my readings when I'm reading a clairvoyant psychic download for somebody for a whole session for an hour or whatever. Is my cards are very specific and evidential, and it's just so cool to see how they play out when the stories fall, and how I can possibly help someone. Some of my favorite things that I love seeing on TikTok is when people be sharing them to their favorites, to kind of like save them for later. I know that those stories are speaking to somebody, and that means a lot to me. So thank you for that. When you do that, it lets me know I'm actually hitting for somebody, and that these messages are going to who they need to go to, and that's why I'm here doing this. So thank you for saving and interacting with my readings I post here, because then it lets me know that this isn't just going out to nothing. People are actually getting what they need. Another thing is that if you see something I share on the screen with quotes around it, that means it's something I psychically heard while I'm creating the video or channeling the information. So it's like a channeled message, very specific. Now I'm getting a knock at my front door. So I just wanted you to know those things. The things that I post on the actual screen are downloads.